Hello, dear listener. Welcome back to the 111 Tips for Learning a Language. You are listening to episode 101. Today, we are going to explore a fascinating and holistic approach to learning that goes beyond memorization and taps into the very way we perceive the world, the Gestalt therapy. Developed by Fritz and Laura Perls, Gestalt therapy is built on a simple but profound idea. We experience life as a whole, integrated patterns, not as separate parts. The word Gestalt is a German word which means unified whole. This philosophy tells us that we understand a sentence not by analyzing each word in isolation, but by grasping its overall meaning. We recognize a melody not as individual notes, but as a complete tune. When applied to language learning, Gestalt principles offer a powerful way to move beyond robotic translation and into the realm of authentic, intuitive communication. Let's explore how. Principle 1. Figure and ground. What are you really focusing on? In Gestalt psychology, our perception is always organized into a figure, which is the main focus of our attention, and a ground, which is the background context. A problem arises when we focus on the wrong figure. The language learning parallel. For many learners, the figure becomes grammar rules or vocabulary lists, while the ground, the real living context of communication, becomes a blur. This is like staring at an individual brushstrokes of a painting and missing the beautiful image. The practice, the aha moment. Instead of asking, what is the subjunctive form of this verb? Ask, what is this person really trying to express? What is the feeling, the need, or the intention behind these words? Shift your focus from the technical parts to the human whole. Listen to a conversation and first try to grasp the gist, the emotion, the overall message. The details will start to find their place within that whole. The evidence. This approach aligns with top-down processing in cognitive science. Research shows that we comprehend language more effectively when we use context and prior knowledge, which is the ground, to understand the meaning of words, which is the figure. This is how we naturally understand our first language, and it's a skill we can reclaim for our second. Principle 2. The here and now. Learning with your senses. Gestalt therapy emphasizes awareness of the present moment, what you are seeing, hearing, and feeling right now. Many learning difficulties arise when we are stuck in the past, or ruminating on a mistake, or anxious about the future. This is when we are worrying about an upcoming conversation. The language learning parallel. Language is alive in the present. It exists in the sound of a voice, the expression on a face, or the situation you are in. The practice, the awareness experiment. The next time you practice, ground yourself in the here and now. If you're watching a film, notice the actors' facial expressions as they speak. If you are learning the word for apple, pick up a real apple. Look at it, feel its skin, smell it. Say the word while engaging all your senses. This creates a rich, multi-sensory gestalt that is far more memorable than a flashcard. The evidence. Embodied cognition theory confirms that our understanding of language is deeply tied to our sensory and motor systems. Studies using fMRI scans show that when we read words like kick, the motor cortex responsible for leg movement lights up. Learning is in a sensory-rich, present moment context creates stronger neural pathways. Principle 3. Unfinished business. Confronting your language blocks. In Gestalt therapy, unfinished business refers to unexpressed emotions like resentment, anger, or fear that linger from the past and create persistent problems in the present. They are incomplete gestalts that demand closure. The language learning parallel. Your unfinished business might be the shame from being laughed at or for your accent many years ago, or the frustration of a previous failed attempt to learn. This unresolved emotion creates a block, and this makes you avoid speaking or feel intense anxiety. The practice, the empty chair technique. This is a powerful Gestalt exercise you can adapt. Imagine the source of your block. It could be a critical teacher or your own inner critic sitting in a chair across from you. Articulate your feelings aloud in your target language if you can. Say, I felt humiliated when you corrected me in front of everyone. This made me afraid to speak. By giving voice to the unfinished business, you rob it of its power and you can finally close the Gestalt and you free yourself to move forward. Principle 4. The paradoxical theory of change. This is the cornerstone of Gestalt therapy. Change occurs when one becomes what he is, not when he tries to become what he is not. In other words, authentic change happens through acceptance, not forced effort. The language learning parallel. The fastest way to fluency is not to struggle against being a beginner, but to fully accept and be a beginner. When you embrace your mistakes as part of the process, rather than fighting them, you relax. And in that relaxed state, learning flows naturally. The practice. The next time you make a mistake, instead of grimacing and tightening up, try a Gestalt approach. Lean into it. Say, yes, I am a learner. I am someone who says she go instead of she goes right now. And that's exactly where I'm supposed to be. This acceptance reduces the anxiety that blocks learning and allows organic growth to happen. Closing thoughts. Completing the Gestalt. Learning a language is the ultimate Gestalt. It's about moving from a collection of disjointed parts, nouns, verbs, rules, to a fluid, integrated whole where meaning emerges naturally. So, dear listener, I invite you to step back and see the whole picture. Listen for the music of the language, not just the notes. Feel the meaning in the present moment. Make peace with your past blocks. And most importantly, have the courage to be the authentic, imperfect, and wonderful language learner you are right now. When you do this, you're not just learning a language, you are completing a beautiful Gestalt, the Gestalt of a more connected, aware, and expressive you. Until the next time, be present, be whole, and do be kind to yourself. To the next episode, I wish you inspired learning. Namaste.